Yo, what's good, Yo, what's good, YouTube? We are back with a second tutorial, and in this video, I'm basically going to show you how to illustrate a planet and an astro scenery. You probably see this in the majority of my illustrations. People say it looks complex, but it's actually very easy to make it very simple. So I'm going to break that down to you on Illustrator. And yeah, just pay attention. Just don't forget to like, subscribe, you know what to do. And yeah, let's get into the video. You know, when I put the specs on, I feel it. I'm about to go on a mad one. Alright, so the first thing I do is open up Illustrator. Let me show you guys my file size so you can copy the same. So copy the width and the height. So when I add effects, it will react the same as yours. So press OK. Once you've got that, cool. So we're gonna name our layer. So let's name that background, our first layer. Go to your toolbar on the left and click on the square, the rectangle tool, and just simply drag it along your page. Cool, that's our background. Let's lock that. Now create a new layer, and we're gonna call this planet. This is gonna be our planet layer. So go to your shape again, right click, and go to the ellipse tool. We're gonna give it like a blue. Yeah, blue. You can go with blue. And basically hold down shift to create a perfect circle, like so. It's that easy. So now what you're gonna do is, we're gonna lock that, create a new layer, and we're gonna call this planet detail, like so. Go to the curve pen tool on the left on your toolbar, tool menu, sorry, and let's click. You don't have to do the exact same colors as me, but I'm just picking these colors. I think they work well together. So let's give it like a kind of pinky with a yellow outer line. So with the curve pen tool, like I said in the previous tutorial, and when you double tap, so let's create one anchor point. So we double tap, it makes a straight line. When you don't double tap, it basically curves it. Alright, now that we've done that, so we're gonna do, so highlight the planet detail, like so. And basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna add texture to our brush. So like basically a brush texture. So go to the top where it says basic, go to brush libraries menu, you have a selection. Explore this section here, just play around with it. You can discover a lot of things there. So I'm got the one that I normally use, artistic, and go to artistic charcoal pencil, like so. So now you've got a variety of different charcoals, textures, but the one I normally use is the top one, this one here, the chalk. Cool. So now that's a bit too harsh, so let's put down the stroke. I'm going to put that to 0.5. Cool. You see that added extra detail, look at that. But you know what, yeah, I'm gonna change it because I think yellow is a bit harsh. So I think I'm gonna change it to like a lighter pink. Let's give it like a light one. See how it looks. Alright. So now we've got that, yeah. So now what we're gonna do a sunlight. So a sunlight behind the planet, like the sun's shining now. So let's create a new layer. We're gonna put it behind the planet. I'm gonna name that sunlight. Like so. So let's go back to the circle, the ellipse tool on the left on the menu. Let's click that to white, and 0 stroke. So just hold down shift, make a perfect circle behind that. Also don't forget to lock the detail there, because I don't want to interfere with it. Like so. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to, so click on the circle, we're going to go to effects, blur, and I can't pronounce this, so don't correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Gaussian blur. Anyways, that's a good attempt at, let's try that. And then press preview so you can see what you're doing. You can see that's going to automatically blur it, so let's up it a bit. That's not strong enough, but that's good. Like so. Because the sun's coming from behind, it's going to look blurry. It's not going to look so bold as a planet. So let's increase the size a bit. Yeah, cool. Let's add an outer glow. So go to effects, stylize, outer glow. And go to preview to see what we're doing. And basically just put the blur up. But I think it's a bit too harsh. So we're going to put the opacity down. So let's give it around 20. Cool, see that subtle line it just did there? Alright, cool, we've got the sun reflection now. So now we're going to add a shadow of the planet. So let's lock that layer, create a new layer, and rename that shadow planet. And basically we're going to change the color to black and go back to the circle. Hold down shift so you make a perfect circle. So we're going to put that above everything. In fact, that's going to be behind the planet, the reflection. So let's just add a little circle. Don't want to fill up the whole thing. Like so. So now we're going to do the same technique. I'm going to blur it. So we'll go to effects, blur, that blur there, and then press preview. Cool. And then change your settings to the correct amount. Like so. Cool. It's kind of like a solar eclipse right now. We're not finished yet, so we're going to click on that and we'll bring the opacity down. This will basically add the extra depth that we're looking for. That's it. Sorry, I get gassed over my work sometimes. Yeah, cool. Now that we've got that, basically what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more lighting. So in fact, let's add a glow from the planet, like the atmosphere. So go to your planet layer, unlock the layer, click on it, go to effects, stylize, outer glow. So we're going to give it like a pink glow. Go to preview so you can see what you're doing. We'll change the opacity to 100. And we're going to give it 1 first. Change that to 1. And I'm going to repeat what we just did. So go to effects, stylize, outer glow. Cool. So now we're going to change the blur size. Alright, cool. 11's cool. So now we've got a little subtle glow going. If you want to change any effects that you've done to your shapes, go to appearance. So what you're going to do is go to window, and then appearance. But I already have it, so it's already ticked, as you can see, will disappear. So if I bring it back up, it'll come up. So anything that you lose or you're trying to find something, go to window and it's all here, all your tools are here. And then I'm gonna add an extra light. So create a new layer. Let's call this sunlight 2. And this is obviously behind the planet, so drag it behind. I'm gonna add an extra sunlight to add extra detail. So just imagine we're creating behind the layer, behind the planet, in fact. Like so, this should be okay. We're gonna add a little circle as well. We're gonna go to effects, blur, and then caution blur, and press preview. Like so. Let's add a little pink glow for the sunlight 2 we made. Effects, stylize, outer glow. Press preview so you can see what we're doing. Obviously that's a bit too harsh. Let's bring that right down to 25, like we did last time. Cool. Now this is coming together nicely. Now that we've done our planet on Illustrator, we're going to take it into Photoshop and do extra tweaks and tweaks to the background as well. You want to save a file, but before I do that, I don't know, Illustrator has this thing with brushes where brushes look too enhanced. Then when you bring it to Photoshop, the brushes are thinner, so it's a bit deceiving, because I just had a look to see how it looked like, and the detail wasn't as noticeable as it's showing here. So let's change our brush size to about 1.5. It looks very harsh on here, but just don't worry, when you take it to Photoshop it looks fine. Put the background in first, sorry, the planet in first. So let's hide our background, like so. File, save, obviously save it to whatever you're saving it as. Okay, cool. See how it's not as harsh now? See these bits here? We're gonna remove that, so don't worry about that. Cool, so let's convert now our background. So hide all the layers of the planet, and basically we just want our background. File, save that planet background. Okay. Open that up onto Photoshop, planet background. Alright, so now you want to drag in your planet into the file, the background file. Cool. So now we've got everything into Photoshop. So let's remove all these bits. So get the lasso tool, and we're just gonna remove these bits here. Cause obviously that's too harsh. Just little. So just wanna crop out. Press delete. In fact, the better way is to use the erase tool, because it's glowing. We don't want to interfere with that. And so put the opacity to around 16. Alright, cool, so we got our planet ready. So now we're gonna do the extra detail. So let's put the planet aside and let's do our little astro background. So what we're gonna do is gonna create a new layer, get the brush tool. You'll see that on the left hand side of the menu. get the hard round brush into black. And cool, we're gonna add extra detail to these. So I'm just gonna add circles. Cool, that's it. Now that we've done that, I'm gonna create a new layer and I'm gonna add little like just color in the background. So this is what we're gonna do. So let's go to the soft round one. Change the size. We want it pretty big. Probably about 1000. Cool, and we're gonna change the color to I think blue. Yeah, blue. Just lightly with your brush, just go around. We can add an extra color as well. So let's create a new layer. I'm probably gonna add, what's a nice color that I'll go with? Green, yellow. Let's add a bit of yellow. Let's see how yellow goes. Add a bit of yellow. I'm just lightly hovering my brush over it. I'm gonna add one more color, create a new layer. I should be renaming these layers, but it's fine. We know where it is. Let's change the pink now. Like so. So now what we're gonna do is hold shift and get all your layers that you just colored. Then right click it and go to merge layers. So you're just merging all 3 layers, so now it's all in one. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the opacity down. Yeah, I prefer it like this, so add that, press OK. I think this section here is a bit too harsh, so we can always just erase it. So go to eraser, make sure your opacity is the low, and just change the size of this brush. Let's create a new layer. I'm going to create the stars now. Create a new layer, bring it down, So like above the universe pink layer, get the white brush, bring it down to a very small, because it's gonna be stars now. Make sure it's white, and then just add the, and make sure the opacity is up to the fullest, and just basically just do white dots. It's that simple. In fact, let's bring that above the space cloud, because the space cloud will hide it. You want to change your brush to hard round so it's not so fadey, so that's more noticeable. So we're going to repeat this, just add dots to whatever you want to do. But to save time, I have this already saved, so I literally just drag my file in and then the stars are there. But I'm just show you how I do it. So I literally hand draw everything, go to file, bring that in. So now we're going to add the extra detail on the planet, so extra textures. It says create a new layer. We're going to rename this to planet texture. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to the top, go to your brushes, and you'll look down to this one, Carl's Ultimate Preset. So now let's change the size of that, see what size is best. That should be fine. And change that to black. And then you're just gonna add that on. These little dots, just gently just add it on to the planet. But we're gonna amend this soon. So I think that's enough. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring the opacity down. So go to opacity, bring it down. Cool. For now, obviously you don't have to be on the water, so I'm gonna go to the eraser tool and erase those bits that are on the blue section. So we'll just erase these bits here. Because obviously there's not really a rough texture on the water. So it's only, this is the texture for the land basically. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but white. So let's put sea texture. And we're gonna do the same thing, but let's change that to the white, because this is like just little reflections. But we could add that. It could be, in fact, it could be the whole planet, to be honest. Because I quite like how the white's looking. So I'll bring the opacity down again. So now we're gonna add even more detail to the planet. So go to the planet layer. Then rename that to planet. And then you want to go to here, the dodge tool, and you got the burn tool. So let's go to the burn tool that basically darkens the shadows. So make sure it's got shadows at the top, not mid-tone or highlight. And you want to get the brush quite big. Cool. And now what you're gonna do is go back to the burn tool. And you wanna left click and change to the dodge tool. Like so. Change the sizing of that. So cool, I'm happy how this is turning out so far. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in one of our files. This is a ready-made satin ring. Bring that to the top. Let's call that satin ring. So let's resize that. So Control T. Then drag it out. And then press Shift to squeeze it in. Like so. And then if you press Control and then hold down the little point in the corner, you can change the perspective of it. Like so. And we're going to resize that so that we can put it around our planet. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to delete this section here, so obviously it looks like it's part of it. So you can just go to the lasso tool and just remove that. Right, so now it actually looks like it's together. So let's duplicate our satin ring. So right click, duplicate. Let's Control T and let's just rotate that around. However, let's make this one smaller or change the size of it so it looks exactly the same as the one we just duplicated. I want to change the perspective of this one. Let's bring it out. Like so. Then delete the remaining bits. That's there. So we're going to delete that. And we're going to delete this one here. Right, cool. So now that we've got our satin ring around it, but obviously it doesn't look like it's it's together with the planet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to merge our two layers together. So hold down Shift, click on the two layers, and then right click and press merge layer. So now the layers are merged together. Let's change the color of it. So go to Image, Adjustment, then Hue and Saturation. You will change the color of it. Let's see what color is best. So I've attached the satin ring on the description, so you can get the satin ring from there. There's actually a tutorial how to make this satin ring, but it's much easier to just get ready made. Like so you can see how that's actually come together nicely. Cool. So that's actually our planet finished. That's how you design a planet on Illustrator, but you also take it into Photoshop and the little tweaks that we did there. So yeah, I'm happy how this came out. You can even change the color of it. So you can change the color of everything to see how it looks. So you can merge everything. So merge all of these layers here. It's just a quick way to experiment and see if there's any other colors that look best. So merge that, then go to image, adjustment, saturation, and like we did on the Saturn, you can change the color of everything. So it basically changes the color very easy. You can see if there's any colors that look best or look better. That's quite cool actually. So yeah, that is our planet done. So here are 4 planets I designed using the same steps in the tutorial. Like I said, you could be experimental, experiment with colors, different compositions. Literally your creativity is your limit, so just go wild with it and have some fun with it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned everything. I try to simplify it and explain everything to the best of my ability. So stay tuned for the next video. Remember, like I said, don't forget to know that Illustrator and Photoshop. The more you know the software's out, the better you become. It's that simple. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. And if you've got any ideas or anything you want me to teach or anything like that, just comment down in the comment section and I'll reply and I'll have a think to see what it's saying. And yeah, we'll get that sorted. So see you next video.